They'll send the tight end in motion left. So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. Across the formation, Burks has it. Touchdown! Traylon Burks, 29 yards. And the Titans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Running left, it's Penny. There he goes left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second down, here's Hurts. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Eagles! DeAndre Swift, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
In motion left goes Burks. On first down, Levis. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them. And not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Levis to throw it. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Great, set.
Penny, a first down carry. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Once again, it's Swift. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Hey, 73, 73. Alpha.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Albert O, as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
First down, Tennessee.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense? Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, it's Hurts. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll try and throw for it here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Moore, the motion man. First and 10, it's Levis. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Levis on 3rd down. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Again, it's Henry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 3 yards won't be enough here as he'll bring up 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
The Folks' kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it. A big gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep him.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. The handoff, running left is Penny. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now they'll run it again with Penny. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
We've we've seen that before. Jeffrey Simmons making a stop behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Elijah Molden. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Levis. That'll be complete to Okonkwo. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And here's a give to Spears. And he'll get this to the 32.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. In motion comes the tight end left. Now Levis. That's caught. It's Chris Moore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a first down. Hopkins, the man in motion right. Levis now on 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. They're holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Hurts changing up the play. Now a give right side Swift. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's 3rd down at 5. He's back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. And now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. This is 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Spears on second down. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short game. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
So it's the Titans who will control the football first here in overtime as we're back underway. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry fighting him off. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He wasn't able to really get anything going in regulation. Maybe it'll be a little different story here in overtime.
And it appears that with that call, they want to establish the run in overtime, try and set the tone for what they're going to get done. And you're right, maybe it didn't work so well in regulation. Overtime could be the charm. And by the way, yards count either way.
And this is going to be a Titans first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. Second down coming up.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
On second down, here's Henry powering forward. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 65 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
On third down, here's Spears.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
First throw of overtime for Will Levis. On the slant, Burks.
And he's got this down to the 35. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
2nd and 10. And Levis going to change the play. Inside handoff, Henry. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
So only a field goal on that opening drive of overtime. Will that hold up? We'll find out as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? The overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
Here's 2nd and 7. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
That's good for an Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 106 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, they can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Penny. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Probably is a pretty good drive they're putting together. And I know if I'm on the other sideline, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all, because if they go down and score a touchdown, this thing's over.
Absolutely. That would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Back at the 46-yard line.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Hurts to throw. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 33 yards that time.
And you just had the feeling when they took the field for this drive, they meant business. They knew a field goal would keep the game going, but a touchdown would end it here in overtime. And that nearly did it right there. What a play to put them in position to win this ball game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. But I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
A 23-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. Both teams swapping field goals on their respective first drives of overtime. So now, you know the drill. It's on to old school sudden death.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, doesn't it? Can I be a little bit of Dennis Downer here, though? That drive, able to go that far, yet they had to kick the field goal to keep playing. You would have thought maybe, could they punch it in and go ahead and end it?
We get more free football.
Oh, yeah, good point. I'm back upbeat again. Forget the Downer stuff.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
That's definitely not to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Now a 3rd and 6. Levis from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
First down carry for Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down, here's Levis. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Overtime with 2 minutes to play. We are in sudden death, but still all tied up. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Levis sets up to throw here. Oh, and it's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. So we've had a made field goal on one side, a made field goal on the other, and now the costly interception, Charles, as this overtime session continues.
Can you believe it? Both teams were matching each other point for point, kick for kick. Now one big mistake here in overtime, and that could end it, because if he gets a chance to kick a field goal here and win it, the smiles on that sideline will be huge.
And he's already made that one here in overtime, so the confidence probably sky high. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Once again, it's Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want. The right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. They keep it with Penny on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 10.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. They go play action with Hurts. And a quick throw there is incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And the kick is good. And finally, this one is over. We thought it may never end. But that kick puts the exclamation mark on it. But Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.